Hi everyone, how are you doing today? Thank you for watching this. Let me tell you about a couple, Esther and Paul. Esther and Paul were madly in love with each other, very much in love with each other. Both of them are Christians. Both of them prayed, and they asked the Lord to guide them. And they believed so strongly in their heart that God was leading them to become husband and wife. And they had a beautiful relationship. Parents of both of them were really happy with their relationship. Friends could testify to their love. Everywhere they go to, people could spot it. People could identify that something great was happening between them. 7 months into their relationship, they started having problems. They started fighting each other. And at that point, Paul decided to break up with Esther. And Esther said, well, I don't have a problem with that because I think in my heart that this relationship will not work also. And both of them agreed to part ways. But before they decided to part ways, they decided to come for counseling. When they came, they presented their case and they said, excuse me, sir, we are not compatible and we have decided to call it quit. Although we love each other, we know God is guiding us into this relationship. We both are convinced about great and mighty things that will happen in the future of this relationship. But we can't see beyond this moment because Esther is the complete opposite of me and Paul is the complete opposite of me. And so both of them narrated their ordeal. They said to me, we are tired of this relationship. Esther does not see things the way I see it. Esther doesn't like going out. Paul loves to go out too much. Esther doesn't like keeping a lot of friends. Esther doesn't like reading, watching movies with me. They complained about so many things and they concluded this relationship is not going to work out. And when they finished talking to me, I started smiling. They said, why are you smiling, Pastor? What is it? Why are you smiling? This is important to us. We are in love with each other. And our parents can see it. Everybody knows that there is something good that is going on between the two of us. But we just have to break up. I told them, you don't have to break up. Why should you? They said, no, we have to. She's not what I want. I said, oh, what do you want? And then the guy said, well, at least I should have someone like me. Paul said, Esther should be like me. Esther should talk like me. Esther should reason like me. Esther should at least be compatible to me. And Esther said, I agree. Paul is not like me. Paul doesn't like what I like. Paul is this, Paul is that. And both of them narrated to me their differences. So I laughed again. And I laughed this time. I laughed very loud this time. And I said, oh, what is wrong with the two of you? Why are you trying to remove the beauty of your union? Why are you trying to remove the balance that God has intentionally put into this relationship? They said, what do you mean by that? And I said to them, don't you know that your differences is what actually make your relationship beautiful? Do you not know that there is beauty in diversity? So I asked Paul rather. I said, Paul, why will you want to marry another you? Why do you want to marry somebody who is like you, who thinks like you, who talks like you, who sees things like you, who behaves like you, who goes out the way you go out, who behaves in the manner that you behave? Why do you want to have somebody like that in your life? And he said, no. I don't want to marry someone like that. I don't want to marry someone like that. I said, but that is what you have told me. You said Esther is not like you. So you want to let Esther go because you want to marry someone like you. Then I looked at Esther and I said, Esther, why do you want to marry someone like you? Someone who sits at home the way you sit at home. Someone who doesn't go out. Someone who is an introvert. Someone who doesn't attempt things on time. Someone who is slow in taking decisions. Someone who is, why do you want to marry another you? No, Esther said, no, that's not what I want. I want someone that is not exactly like me. I said, oh, but you just told me you want to break up with your lover because he is not like you. I made them to see three things. And those are the three things I want you to see. That number one, God is intentional. God always brings two people who are opposite of each other together in a marriage. I have researched this. I have searched it. I have looked everywhere. And I've come to realize that God will never bring two people who are the same together in a marriage. Because God won't give you what you already have. God has already given you. He has already given strength to you in areas, giving you certain traits, certain characteristics, a certain attribute. It does not have to give you somebody who have the same attributes and characteristics. Because if you have you in your life will be boring. Your life will not be beautiful. Your life will not be exciting. And so God will not give you another you. Why does God do that? Which is the second point. So that there will be a balance in your life. So that there will be a balance in your life. It is not a mistake that God has brought into your life this person that is exactly the opposite of you. So that you can have a balance in your life. So that you can see things clearly. Imagine if Esther and Paul see things in the same way. They don't have different opinions. They always just look at everything and they look at it with the same lens. The reality is that they will make a lot of mistakes on their journey. They need to have varieties in their decision making. There should be someone who is saying things this way. There should be someone who is saying it the other way. So that both of them can come to the table and say, okay, I hear you, but what is the right thing for us to do? Unfortunately, so many people think that when you have a spouse or someone in your life who doesn't see things the way you see it, then you are not compatible. So they decide to change those people, or they decide to silence them so that they can only have one voice in their life. That's a mistake. You don't need to have one voice in your life. God doesn't want you to have one voice in your life. God wants you to have two voices that think together, that cease together, that work together to become one. Because the beauty and the balance of your marriage is such that when you are looking at this particular issue this way, and your spouse is bringing this other perspective, both of you can look at it holistically and find a balance and find the equilibrium point and find the middle ground, and you can take a decision that is clever and wise. Thirdly, God will not give to you someone that is strong where you are strong. God will not give you someone that is weak where you are weak. And that is why God often brings people into your life. God always brings a spouse into your life that is strong where you are weak, that is weak where you are strong, so that your strength can balance out the person's weakness, and so that you will not be weak all through, so that you will not be strong all through, so that there will be that person who can bring strength to you in your areas of weaknesses, so that there will be that person who can bring us weaker, that sense of weakness to you in that area where you appear so strong. Now listen to me, this is important, and that is actually how God has deliberately made it happen for so many people in marriage. I can tell you, my wife is the opposite of me. She doesn't like going out. I love going out. Almost everything she doesn't like doing is what I love doing. All right. Now, I'm not talking about values and principles of godliness. I'm not talking about ungodly things. I'm not talking about things that we should not compromise on. But I'm talking about when it comes to her personality traits. She's not like me. She takes her time. You can't push. When you try to push her, you will end up fighting with her. She doesn't like to be pushed. She does things at her time. She's careful. She doesn't just easily make friends. She doesn't jump at things. She doesn't jump at relationship. She takes her time to do her things. She doesn't like going out. She prefers to stay in her home. I am the opposite of everything I have mentioned. But guess what? I am grateful to God that I did not marry me. I am grateful to God that I married her, because my life has a balance. I have someone who will slow me down when I am too fast. I have someone who will help me caution myself when I am trying to make friends I'm not supposed to make. I have someone who is watching me, who is helping me to grow. In the same way, I am helping her to move at the speed she is supposed to move. That is the beauty of our relationship. And so, look, don't embark on that stupid mission of trying to change your spouse to become like you, or don't break up that relationship because you think it's not working. As a matter of fact, it is working. Your spouse is doing what she is supposed to do. All you need to do is accept your spouse so that you can enjoy the best of your spouse. So, Let's start today. Accept her, accept her uniqueness, accept his uniqueness, so that you can be the best that you will be in your relationship. She is the balance God has brought to your life. He is the balance God has brought to your life. Don't change her. Don't move her. Don't stop her. Don't alter her. Don't say, I'm going to alter her. I'm going to make her like me. Accept her. Celebrate her strength and celebrate the weaknesses that she has also, because that is the area that you are strong in. And the same thing for the guy. Celebrate him, celebrate his strength, and diminish the weakness. Diminish the weakness. Don't magnify the weakness. Let that person know that truly you have accepted this uniqueness that that person has. So don't break up. Paul and Esther did not break up eventually, because they eventually realized that it is a beauty that they both are different to each other. Thank you for watching. Kindly share this video with your friend. I'll see you again sometimes next week. God bless you. Bye.